Okay, all right, so let's get to know our panelists just a little bit. All right, one of our panelists, hold on. These are so, okay, all right. One of our panelists wrote a children's book. Okay, raise your hand if you think it's this guy right here. Okay, raise your hand if you think it's this girl right here. All right, and raise your hand if you think it's this guy right here. Okay, so we've got like a mixed bag. All right, if you are the one that wrote a children's book, please stand up, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself. Yay!
So my name is Sarah Hurst. I've been a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Elite since 2017. As Sherry said, I did write a children's book. I adopted my daughter. I am the vice chair of the Clean and Green Commission with the City of Fredericksburg. I sit on the sustainability subcommittee with the Clean and Green Commission. I am the vice chair of the Fredericksburg Area Museum. I am the chair of the events committee there. I am planning a Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm starting with them, and we're doing events for that. Let's see, what else? I live in downtown Fredericksburg, and
you also don't sleep.
Yay!
Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wait a minute. What is
Yes.
the name of your children's book?
You and Me Forever Will Always Be.
Available on Amazon.
I love
This is my
it.
publisher.
Come on in, guys. We do have some more seats up front too, closer up here.
She can't do something.
Okay. We're still doing points for that. Okay, all right. I think Gordon's moving up to like second place here. Yes. All right. So this next guest, let's see here. All right. So we've already told you about Sarah, so I'm going to give you two. One of our guests went snowboarding in the German Alps, and then this other one. Hold on. Let me get back to this other one was a Mary Kay consultant. No, I'm just kidding. That was another. Okay.
I was like, wait, that was on this email chain. Remember that one.
All right. So one of our panelists worked at the circus as a weight guesser, and the other one went snowboarding in the German Alps. Let's see how many of you think that Gavin went snowboarding in the German Alps. Okay, you have one person that believes in your skills. Yay! All right. So everyone thinks that this guy right here went snowboarding in the German Alps. Would the person who went snowboarding in the German Alps please stand up and introduce? Yeah. All right, again, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Gavin Robyn. I'm the local owner of Next Door Photos Fredericksburg. It's a franchise company with about 60 locations all throughout the country. I've been running the location here for about 4 years, started in May of 2019, and became a member of FAR shortly after. I think it was like November that I signed on. And then Sherry dragged me into a YPN meeting maybe a year later, and I've been.
I don't drag people. I encourage.
You don't say no to Sherry.
You'll be haunted forever. I went snowboarding in the German Alps when I was in high school, and moved 22 times, and those are the.
But you're only like 21. Like, how can you? No, I'm just kidding. You are. But the first time I met him, he wasn't old enough to drink.
I brought the young to young professionals.
Yes, love it. All right, thank you. And now, please stand up and tell us your name, who you're with, why you're here.
And why I was a weight guesser at the circus.
Yes.
So my name is Duncan. I own Capitalized Marketing and Consulting. We help you guys capitalize on what you do best to grow your revenue. So we're a full-scale marketing company, but we're also marketing coaches. So we enable you and your team to grow your revenue by maximizing your marketing. Amy, my wife and I have been married 27 years. I have 3 amazing daughters. Moved here 10 years ago. I was a pastor for 20 years, also.
Okay, no cursing. Just.
Sherry and I, you're fine. You're fine. You don't have to apologize for cussing around me. I'm a 27-time marathoner, and I've broken my nose 7 times.
Wow. Okay.
Marathons?
No. I finally did something where I quit falling down.
He's snowboarding in the Alps.
I've never
many times.
snowboarded.
All right. And so again, just a couple more people that we do want to recognize. Of course, we have our illustrious chair. Please stand up. Tell us your name and why you're here.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Tamar Myers-Moffett. I am your 2023 chair of YPN. So happy to see a full house, a full room full of people. We try to bring classes that can add more depth to your business to provide you additional resources in addition to your CE and PLE classes. So we truly hope you enjoy. After this, we're having our YPN meeting. You guys are invited to stay. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Only if you're a member. You have to sign up. Adarsh is back there. He's got you. Yes. All right. And then, of course, we would not be able to do anything without the support of our FAR staff, Miss Lauren Sousa. Yes. All right. So let's get this panel going. I'm going to start with the lady.
Okay, ladies.
What are your top 3 favorite social media sites?
So, just a quick little background about me is when I got my license, I had no social media. Like, I was never on the MySpace or the AOL chats or any of that. And then I got into real estate and I was told I had to get on social media. So, I did, and I love Facebook, so that's my favorite one. I'm a big snapper. Ask Gordon. We talk every day on Snapchat. It's sad.
You're on Snapchat?
Yeah.
Find me. Let's do it. Let's have fun.
I have to clean up my Snapchat account first. Anyways.
Sherry's using it for the original purpose. Got it.
I did have a MySpace too, but keep, okay, all right. Okay, so Facebook, Snapchat, and
I'm not on anything else. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Insta. I'm not on the bird Twitter thingy. I don't know.
But you got good advice when you got started about platforms.
Yeah, it said the advice was, if you're gonna do it right, and if you're gonna only half-ass it, don't do it at all. So I do a lot of posts on social media with just typically Facebook, and I get at least 2 to 3 leads every year on it. So.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I live on social media, so just because of job and personal life. I spend most of my time on Facebook. If you don't succeed at Facebook, you don't succeed on social media, so I'm there always. Entertainment would be TikTok, no doubt, and then Instagram. Those are my 3.
Okay, cool.
Facebook for me, that's probably where most people in our industry tend to land. It's a great place for networking, and having a mutual friends piece to that is super helpful. I think my first year, I just added like 3,000 people because you're a realtor, you're signing on.
You're trying to catch up with me. That's good.
Instagram probably follow close seconds. It functions more as a portfolio than anything else at this point. So having some nice visual to show people kind of your life and what you do is helpful. Facebook doesn't really have that same visual design.
Right.
In terms of just personal favorites,
Yes.
YouTube. I get so much
Ooh.
education from YouTube. I'm looking up different videos. I learned how to change out an airbag in my car via YouTube. It's very helpful.
It's scary.
Huh. Yes.
I don't think that's one that I want to
I
go.
thought that would be
willy-nilly on.
It was a professionally certified technician.
Right.
Vehicles.
And
It was
you
like,
can
that's what
believe
I was
everything
saying.
on social media.
You absolutely can. Nothing but truth.
Don't learn about change
Yeah.
some weed whacker more.
So right? Just to build off of that too, when I first started with real estate, one of the things, getting into social media is you treat your social media platforms a lot like you would your if you went to 7-Eleven. Like, you're not going to say to someone like, you can't come into my store because I don't know you. So you have to treat social media a little bit like that, and that's kind of scary. So, having like strangers that you don't know. Now, obviously, I'm not going to accept a friend request from somebody in California that's not going to be buying a house that just looks a little. We have no mutual friends. I don't know why you need to be my friend, but you live
Unless
in
they're cute.
Stanford, Fredericksburg.
No, not even if they're cute.
Not even if they're cute. Okay, we're good. But
The
you live in
logistics
Stafford,
of that.
Fredericksburg, basis, like, I will probably accept friend requests and not be as picky, because I had to think about it as that's my storefront, because that's how people are getting to know who you are.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Okay, how many of you in here are on Facebook? Okay, all right. We have a good general consensus. Yes, I think that you've heard from everyone here that you at least need to be on Facebook. After that, I think it's a little bit more of like a personal preference, where you like to go, what you like to do. But everyone here definitely needs to have a presence on Facebook. Okay, so Gavin, how often should you post?
That is, I think, a question that has evolved over time. A lot of people in the 2010s had an idea of how to use the algorithms in social media. You should post at these specific times, with these specific hashtags, with these specific people, on these specific days. And I think nowadays the way that it's changed is there's a universal right answer, but it's also not entirely wrong either. If that makes sense. It's not right or wrong.
It makes clear as mud. Yes, we got that.
My suggestion for realtors would be your content should be about 80% personal and 20% professional. So if you are only posting your under contract updates, your pictures of your clients with the for sale sign, it's not enough. You should have more going on. Doesn't necessarily mean you need to be posting 3 times a day. If you want to operate at that level, kudos to you. I would say maybe a practical number to shoot for would be somewhere between 3 to 5 a week, give or take.
Okay.
That's if you want to be running at a pretty efficient level.
Okay, cool. Gordon, how would you answer that?
All right, I got a long answer. So I'm gonna give you exactly what I would tell my clients. So I got,
Free advice. Everyone write this
So-
down.
So I have a lot to say here. If your goal is to gain clients from social media, I mean, and setting aside it's not your personal place anymore because Facebook's not your fun place anymore. So here's what I would say: Facebook, personal page, 10 to 14 times a week.
Whoa.
Business page, I'm gonna string it off here. Business page, 5 times a week. Instagram, 7 to 14 times a week. Stories cross-posted 5 to 10 times a day. And TikTok, twice a day. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
Yep.
I will tell you, you do this for 6 months, you win. I'm just gonna tell you, you win. So one more time, personal page, 10 to 14 times a week. Business page, 5 times a week. Instagram, 7 to 14 times a week. Cross-post your stories 5 to 10 times a day. TikTok twice a day. And you will get better.
Okay, one more time.
Post a lot. Post a lot.
You tried stories?
Like, don't
10 to
have a life,
14
just post on
personal.
social
Yeah,
media.
You tried
cross-post.
story? I'll do it again. Yeah, so stories, if you post your stories on Instagram, you can push them over to Facebook. Don't do that for your post, because then why would I follow you on both platforms? It's just the exact same. I don't need to follow you over there. But your stories, they push over 5 to 10 times. Boring. If you haven't taken 2 shots yet, I don't know why. I mean, like, I want to see what you eat. I want to see what you drink.
Wait a minute. You want me to post pictures of me doing
Yes.
shots?
If you have, yeah,
It
so
isn't.
if you have a pet and win the lotto,
People
like,
see my habits.
yeah, I mean, your
Wino.
your stories are the reality show of your life. So if you do 5 to 10 a day, even 5, and put them on both platforms, they will show you how many and who looked at them, literally, and you'll get hundreds of views.
All right. So again, Gordon will be available after this panel,
It's
so
possible.
you can set
It
up
really is possible.
appointments. You can set up appointments with him so that he can show you how to do all this stuff. And actually, I forgot to tell you, but I mean, I've been working with Gordon for like several months now, and I just got an invitation to get paid for all my stuff from Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Gordon, if you're posting this frequently,
10 to 14.
10 to 14 personal.
Business, your business page.
Business 5 times.
Just your business days. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna say, if you're posting this frequently daily, at what point am I working?
So guys, I'm gonna. There's a fine line between a pat in the back and a kick in the pants. So I'm gonna try to be real careful with you guys here. You have time. I mean, I run a marketing company, and then personally, I post 250 times a month across all my platforms. If you get into a groove and you figure out how to do it, you can do it. I had 6 posts this morning, and I did nothing but just chronicle my life. My cup of coffee, my run, 60 seconds in the car, which is not safe. But I mean, it's just like eating and putting your clothes on. You figure out how to do it, and then
Don't
you get
post pictures of you putting your clothes on.
Only Snapchat allows that.
that. Only Snapchat, that's right. And TikTok, but then you got to point to a different page. But it really is possible. It really, and again, that's the big goal. Sarah doesn't post that much at all, and she gets 2 leads a year. If you get consistent and start getting that, you will get. I know Lisa gets leads.
I think
from,
we
I-
heard the word consistency.
But
Yes.
if you wanna make money, then do that.
if I can piggyback, I think the core root thing that he's getting to is the fact that it's your face that's selling your business.
Mhm.
And if you don't have your face out there, if you don't have a profile picture on Realtor.com, if you don't have anything in terms of tools or education to offer potential clients online, you're not going to get the business that other people are getting because they're doing that work.
It's a great point. Think about this. Let's say you pull up Facebook, you haven't been on it all day, and then you post and you put it down. There's a 60-second chance that the world finds that post. You haven't been on Facebook, Facebook doesn't love you, you haven't been in the algorithm, you walked in through a dart and left. So whoever in the world happened to be on Facebook at that exact moment, and your mom, will see that post.
I was gonna
But
say, and probably
otherwise-
me and Gordon.
But otherwise it's just lost into the feed, the algorithm. And you just went, hey, here, eat this, and then leave. And so you got to churn that algorithm, you got to churn the feed, you got to be consistent. You don't have to be beautiful, I mean, because it works for me. I mean, you just got to get, but if you're consistent and staying in that feed and you're a good person and you're interacting with folks, I mean, you're going to get leads. You will.
Yeah. Sarah, what do you have to add to it?
So I was gonna, I had a question. What about adding hashtags?
Hashtags.
All right, hold on. Actually, guys,
She's
hold
ready
on.
for you.
Yeah, hold
We'll
on.
talk
So
about
so
that,
I've
yeah.
got a list here. We're gonna have some time
It's a
for
great
Q&A.
question, though.
Yes, we're gonna have some time for Q&A afterwards. And I've got like 30 minutes that I have got to get through, like 6. Okay. Woo. Yes. Sarah, what do you have to add to it?
So Gordon taught me, and I'm going to go back to Gordon, of course, because that's his world is marketing. Is the 10-10 rule?
Hi, Sarah.
Yes. So Gordon taught me the 10-10 rule.
Sharing.
Yeah, I'll try to. I don't think anybody can. But the 10-10 rule, where you, and this is what he was saying, is you can't just post and go, which I love to do, and I'm horrible about it sometimes. But the 10-10 rule is where you comment, not just like, but comment on 10 posts before you actually post. So whether it's you're putting in hearts or you're saying, oh my gosh, this looks like so much fun, or congratulations. So you post 10 before, then you actually do your physical post, and then you post, you have to comment on 10 other posts. So it keeps you in the algorithm. So that's one thing. For me, I probably post 3 times a week, maybe 4. Depends on closings, adventures that I do. I always like to post and like see my old clients. One of the things that I always recommend is going to social networking. Take everyone's cards. I know business cards are not exactly always like what everyone loves, but take people's business cards, go home, and that afternoon ask them to be your friend on Facebook, so they know your face, and all of a sudden they're following you. And then you're adding value to them, they're adding value to you. Add them on LinkedIn, follow them, different things like that. But for I'm usually pretty much 3 to 4 times a week, and then I try to do the 20-80 rule. So it's business page, it's 80% business, 20% personal, and vice versa on your social media that is personal.
Sweet, awesome. Okay, all right, now. You set up, you guys, is anyone else overwhelmed here? Yes. All right, so, I mean, we're talking about, you mentioned LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. Okay.
Twitter, X, Threads.
Twitter, yes, all these, I mean, Realtor.com. I mean, there are so many things out on social media. But how do you identify your target audience? We're going to have you start.
Well, first of all, it's just your circle. You know, I mean, when I started my marketing company, I didn't get businesses that did $25 and $50 million. I didn't. I started with small businesses because I started a marketing company. So I looked at my circle and I'm like, well, I'm only going to be able to influence, you know, what I can touch. But then as the company grew, I was able to expand to greater and greater businesses, and my target audience grew. So you just have to look at your circle. Who is your circle of influence? And who are your friends? And what do you have? And then you start there. But you've got to define your target audience all the way down to their emotional needs and wants. Because if you can meet someone's emotional need, you never have to argue about price. And so if you're convinced, you know, it's like, hey, you've been hurt with no fault of your own, well then that kind of commercial is targeting an audience. So if you can get your circle, know you have influence with, and then meet their emotional needs, you won't have any problem. Sarah listed like 10 civic organizations she's a part of. Well then all of a sudden her audience just grew, her target audience grew, because they know her, so they have a relationship with her, they trust her. So for the brand new realtors, who's your circle? Who's your circle of trust? And then that's who you can take care of.
And it's okay to start with your mom. I mean, literally, it's
They
okay.
better not buy a house from someone else. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
They better not,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sarah,
So
how do you identify your target audience?
I like when you ask people like, why are you on social media? And everyone always has the same answer. Like, it's so that my family and friends that don't live close by me get to see what I'm doing in life. Reality, once it comes to real estate, that's no longer your story. Like now I don't really care if my Aunt Susu out in Florida is following me because, not trying to be rude, I could pick up the phone and send her pictures. Now it's going to be, who am I actually trying to market? So once again, if, Joe Robyn's in California is trying to, unless he's in the military, might be coming over here, and I'm going to look at his profile to see why he's
Is he single?
Is he single? Who knows?
Okay, okay.
I don't know. I'll send him your way.
He's probably widowed based on the trends we've been seeing.
Yeah. So for me, it's going to be more like, I'll look at the profiles and see like, okay, is this person friend requesting me and they have all real estate, like all of our mutual friends just real estate agents, and like, so are they just trying to break into our network and like they're becoming a realtor? Is it a mortgage person? Is it, a photographer? Is it, and then also like, okay, they're a teacher, they have like one other real estate friend, like looking at that. So really doing a little bit of research on those friend requests and why people are following you. But like Gordon said, I'm going to make sure that I'm bringing as many people as I can to see my content that's going to be, I helped this client, and there's a closing, and all of a sudden, all the people from my past closings are saying, "Oh my gosh, she's a great agent. Love Sarah. She'll be happy using her." Blah blah blah, things like that. So, just making sure they're local for me, and making sure like it's then figuring out like what category they fall in.
Awesome.
Well, for me and Gordon, I think our model's a little bit different because, for me, I'm going after you guys. That's my business. So.
Yeah, just in case we've identified all of you as our target
Yes,
audience.
you guys are target audience. The way that I kind of structured out my system for the people that I'm going after is I run a volume business. I have to be producing at a certain level with a certain amount of listings from certain agents to be successful. So who are the people who are getting the bulk amount of market share in my area, and that's how I was able to narrow it down. So I used realtrends.com was awesome because I was able to find the top producers in the area through there, keep their names and numbers saved, and that was helpful. Realtrends.com. Yep. There's also Real Producers Magazine that will give you the names and the information for top producing agents in the area, top brokerages. I also really love working with property management companies because they usually have a bulk amount of work that they can give me. And we're an affordable option, so it works for them. But the other side of what I did in that was also building relationships, and the way you build relationships is through empathy. So look at your story, look at your life. Where could you relate to people? Could you relate to people in the military? Could you relate to people who have been divorced or lost a family member, and that's why they are trying to sell the house? Could you be able to relate to a family of 5 and they're trying to upgrade their home space, right? So looking at your story and then finding ways to connect with people through that, that's a good way to identify a target audience for you, because that emotional connection that Gordon was talking about is so important to this business. It's such a sensitive and vulnerable transaction that happens, and going to sell or buy a home is a very big milestone for people. So you want to be there to be not the solution, but you are the wizard who's going to guide them to the solution.
Ooh, wizard. I like it.
And like for this group here, I mean, I gotta give kudos to these guys. I mean, all of our companies formally established only from 2018 on.
Yeah.
And I mean, check out their social media pages. I mean, we all 3 really do have different approaches, but they're effective. But I mean, none of us have been doing this particular business for 10 years.
No.
I mean, we got backgrounds that fed into it.
Right.
I don't think this business has existed for more than 10 years.
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
It's a very new thing, so don't feel like you're super behind on what's going on. I would say
Unless
I'm
you're still on
new to it.
MySpace. Wait a minute, does that even
I
exist
have
anymore?
MySpace still exists.
Oh my
It does.
gosh,
Just
okay.
literally comes back.
So everyone loves babies, puppies, and tattoos, right? Okay. Tips.
That's for Tumblr. Okay.
All right, so Sarah, how important are hashtags, and how many should I use?
Oh, you picked the wrong person. That's a Gordon question. That's not me.
Okay, all right. No, hold on. And it's okay that you don't use hashtags. Okay.
Do hashtag CB rocks. I know that's the one that we have that you can flood everything into it. I understand hashtags basically put it in the world that if you look up that hashtag, anybody who tags that, you can see it. That's about the extent of hashtags that I know.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah, okay.
I will give it to you and I'll piggyback on you.
Okay, alright.
There's a lot of disagreement. So I mean,
Yes.
I offer three reasons for hashtags. It's searchable. So hashtag FXVG. If you don't follow that on Instagram, you're missing a ton of leads. On Instagram, you can follow a hashtag like you can a person.
See, that's what I'm
So
doing.
so it's searchable. If you type in hashtag realtor, I will find all the realtors. It's branding, CB rocks, and so you're gonna find me say capitalize your best on every single post. And the third one is, really just kind of descriptive. If you take a picture of a smashed bottle of wine, you're gonna do hashtag worst day ever, right? And so and
Yes.
how many?
Yes.
I mean, you can do up to I think 39, but I mean then it's just clutter. Just find 5, 6, 7 that you like, but it's searchable, it's brandable, and it's descriptive.
And
that's what I go with.
typically when you're putting it on there, it also says too, like if you're gonna hashtag something, it'll show you how many times that hashtag has been used. So again, it'll give you just a little bit of insight. Are you trying to start a new trend, or are you gonna go off somebody else's trend?
If you're starting your own hashtag, so when I did capitalize your best, it didn't exist. So now I can see it's been used over 1,000 times, which is wonderful. It gives you a sense of your brand growing.
Yeah.
If you take the same hashtag and use it over and over and over again. So
Right.
sometimes just one hashtag works.
How do you connect your hashtag?
All right.
How do you make it go where it's supposed to go, like when you click on it?
So on Instagram, if you click any hashtag, it's going to bring up every post with that hashtag.
And again, there will be time for, please write down your
Yeah.
questions.
Sure.
And we will, yes.
But it's automatic.
Huh?
It's automatic.
Yeah. It
If
just
you
goes
type
there.
it in, it makes it a hashtag.
I'll piggyback because
Yeah.
it also adds into the previous question of having your target audience. What hashtags are they going to be looking for? Add those into your posts so that you can be trying to connect with those people.
Great point.
If you're looking for military homeowners, then put military homeowners in your hashtags. If you're looking for first-time home buyers, if you're looking for these types of niche homeowners, then make sure that you're adding that into your posts so you can try and attract viewership through that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you are working with farms, hashtag farm, hashtag land, hashtag, how many of you have known me long enough? Hashtag happy looks good on me. Yes. I mean, you can really, and again, it is something that I think that we can all agree on. Hashtags are important. You just need to know which are the right ones to use for you. And then also too, I think we've all seen people that does like 20 hashtags. Yeah, nobody's.
That's
Sometimes one is very powerful.
Yes.
Just one really good. I had someone the other day, and I was in a seminar, and I was in another world, and they texted me and said, "Fix your face," because I was in another world, and they took a photo of me. Well, when I posted it in my story, I just did hashtag fix your face, because it worked. It worked, and I also said thank you. I was like, I haven't been told that since my mom. I was like,
Love it. Okay, all right. So, how important is branding on social media?
Yeah, branding is everything. That is the lifeblood that social media operates through. You don't want to just use the branding that your brokerage gives you, because you're cutting your business in half. Essentially, it's not just about having a color scheme that complements things. CD makes it very easy, but you want to develop your own brand, and companies like Gordon's are people who can actually help you to identify your brand. Your brand is not just your logo being designed, because that you can do that in 10 minutes on Canva.
Well, maybe you can. Keep going.
Your brand is your message.
Yeah.
What is your story? What are you here for? It's your why that you're doing what you're doing, and you want to find a way to make it concise. You want to find a way to make it emotionally tagging. You want to find people that are drawn in by what you do and why you do it. And so,
Hold on, let me just.
Yeah.
How many of you know what you do and why you do it? I mean, again, let me just take just a little. Everyone here should have a business plan. Your marketing is part of your business plan. It lets you know where to go and what to do. Social media is part of your marketing.
if you cannot tell, here's a great example. You should be able to tell the President of the United States and your mom why you do what you do and what you do in 30 seconds in an elevator pitch. And you should be able to range that message to be understood by a top-level CEO or a politician all the way down to your mom. That is how you know you have a good message. If you can say the same thing to both sides of that spectrum, and you can do it in less than 30 seconds, then you know what your branding message is.
Ooh, love it. Sarah, what about you?
So I think obviously branding is very important. For me, it took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted my message to be. So I realized that I wanted to make my clients become part of my family. So you became part of my family for a network, and I wanted to make Fredericksburg my home, and I wanted to make a difference. So my brand, my logo says Sarah Hurst Realtor, making the remarkable happen. So my post, my content, the way I treat my clients, the way that I carry myself, what I do in Fredericksburg is for that exact brand, is to make sure that I am making the remarkable happen in any way that I possibly can. So branding, I think, is just one of those things that you just believe in what you're doing and figure out what that story looks like for you.
Cool.
These two crushed it. So I will,
Ditto. Okay.
I will add to it in this way. If you're trying to figure out what to post, being consistent with your brand, I recommend my clients only post ever about 5 things. I'm not telling you your 5 things. 20% should be your brand, your business. The other 4 are something that your brand would find attractive to or your ideal client. If you follow me, you're going to get my business, you're going to get coffee, running, my family, and pop culture. I don't talk about anything else. If you see me talk about something else, my page has been hijacked. because that's my personal brand, and 20% of it includes my business brand, where I'm going to tell you to capitalize your best. So when you're trying to figure out how to post 10 to 14 times a week, if you've got those 5 things set and you're consistent, you don't have any problem. It's just going to pop up. And all I'm doing is just doing the same thing I do every day. It's completely unoriginal. This is just what I do every day. I run, I drink coffee.
Smile and running every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning.
So just pick those 5 things. Make sure that one of those 5 is consistent with your brand. And if you pick a slogan, please don't abandon it after the 2nd week, because it is confusing when you pop up with it a month or so later. Like, just capitalize your best, capitalize your best, capitalize your best. Whatever your brand is, live it. Be consistent with it, because if it's 20% of your post, it's going to come up. I'm going to get to know you.
And of course, Gordon's one of those early people. He drinks his coffee and runs at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, how early do you get up?
4:15.
Yes. So there's only a few days when I see those posts. But all right. So if you are afraid of doing videos, I'm gonna have to tell you, just gonna have to get over it.
I love
Build a
videos.
bridge, and get over it. So, Sarah, I know videos are important. Okay, we all need to be doing videos, but I don't have a studio. Should I still be making videos?
Absolutely. One of my most followed video is I did 204 Caroline was one of my listings, and I did a voiceover song, and it's at the house. We did a listing, and it's like I sang through it. I can't sing at all, and I don't even. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But
Fantastic.
but it was highly viewed, and so I'm at my listing, and I'm doing like these. And poor Rhett, I made one of the new agents show up, and I was like, he thought he was videoing. I was like, no, you're in it. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, yep. So he sat the phone up and like started the music, and I had a microphone, and we sang, and he was like, that was not good. I was like, doesn't matter, on to the next, here we go. And so we just did one take each time. I mashed it together in iMovies, which I love iMovies, and then posted it. You don't look at it, you don't do anything other than make sure like the voices are with it. And it was hilarious. It was horrible all at the same time. I do dad joke videos all the time.
Sounds like my life.
In costume.
Hilarious and
Yeah.
horrible.
In costume.
And costume. I've done an entire pretend like Adele was my client video. I mean, I'll do all kinds of dumb videos. So yes, definitely do not do it just in a studio. Make it fun. People like to watch you act up. Like, I want to do like a drunken yoga video, and I don't know how to like merge that yet, but I'm getting
Don't you
there.
just
Yeah.
drink
I
and do yoga?
was about to say, hold on, I'll bring the wine.
Okay. All right. Well, now we're already making a video. So
Okay,
yes.
all right, done.
Puppies or goats in the back of your
Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
people would rather watch you fall on your tail and like not be able to sing, or like trip and fall, rather than, hi, my name's Sarah, and here are the stats for today. Because like someone's gonna look at it and be like, thanks for the education, but like, you know, everyone's not gonna watch it. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, do you see how stupid that was? Like, you have to see this, and then you're
Right,
gonna follow.
yes. I mean, isn't that the way we are? We're like, oh my God, you gotta see Sarah. Oh my God.
Who
Yes.
doesn't love to watch a baby fall? Let's be honest, it's fun.
Yes. So be real. All right, Gordon, what about you?
So Gavin's a professional videographer, so I'm gonna speak on the other side of that because I don't do, believe it or not, from my personal, I don't do anything professional. I literally just do this. Gary Vaynerchuk said, someone asked him, "How do I get good at video?" And he goes, "I don't know. Post 700 videos, and you come tell me." So just.
Okay, wait a minute. So add that. So now 700 videos is no.
Just take a video a day and you will get better. I do 2 60-second videos a day, and I don't edit anything. I just add captions, and I just go, "Hey, here's a marketing idea." And so on the just personal, just take a video. Now, Gavin will flat out create an amazing produced video for you. On the other end of just trying to get some stories and things out, just hold it up. Hey gang, and then go from there. And then if you don't want to say, go to ChatGPT and say, "I'm a realtor in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I want to entertain. I speak to 35-year-old people. Give me 35 video prompts," and it'll give them to you. And then just do those.
Wow, hold on, but that sounds like some really big technology.
If you type in that one sentence, ChatGPT will tell you everything to do.
And if you're interested about ChatGPT, there have been some classes here. I know that they will have some more, and talk to all the people that were born after 1994. All right,
So I'll give a practical structure here for you guys to piggyback off of Gordon. Let's say you have 15 to 30 video prompts. Take 1 hour a month and set a timer for yourself. Put your phone on a stack of books, or if you have a tripod, put it on there. Record in your office, or if you don't have a good looking office, go to your brokerage because they will have an empty room somewhere for you to film.
Or the first floor of the FAR building.
Oh,
We have
right.
wonderful spaces down there for you.
and if you need someone to help you with the video when you're downstairs, if Lauren's not here, our office is right across the hall.
Yeah.
So, yes.
But dedicate an hour a month. Try and get through as many of those topics as possible in that hour. And what you can do from there is you can take that video footage, you can go to a website like Fiverr. Fiverr will give you an editor who will put together
Is
captions.
that a dating app?
No.
Sounds like it.
No,
It
share.
does, doesn't it? Okay.
No share. Share. Come on. You can go to Fiverr, you can find a contractor who will edit these videos for you, do all the work for you, give you the files, you download them, you publish them in social media. You can use Business Suite for Instagram and Facebook to schedule your posts. It's free. And you can use stories, you can use reels, you can do regular posts on Business Suite. It's all free for you to do. It's a time commitment, but an hour a month is not that hard to do. You take those clips, send them to a contractor on Fiverr. He'll ask for $5 per video. Think of it, 30-second topics, right? You put it together. That could give you enough content to stretch out to like 3 to 4 months. If you're doing 30 or so videos at Sarah's level of 2 to 3 videos a week, and that's your 20% business, and you're just talking about topics, you're talking about whatever else. And even in those topics, don't just have it all be industry updates and where are listings at. Also have fun topics like your first concert and talk about that. You could talk about your worst and best experience with a client as well without name dropping.
Please don't name drop.
If you do what Gavin just said, and you do it for 3 months, in 3 months, people will start saying, "Man, I see you everywhere." They really will. And those are probably your friends, but on the background, but on the background, the stalking potential client is watching you.
Yeah.
They really are. But if you take that approach, if you're consistent, that stalking potential client is checking you out and deciding.
And here's where you have to kind of make this work is, this is meant to replace lead gen companies. That's the goal. Social media is an organic source of growth. Lead gen companies do all the work for you, and you pay them a lot of money to do that work. Whereas you could dedicate an hour a month and then spend 20 minutes total a day just liking other people's posts and commenting and then adding people. And you do that already with your time. Who spends more than an hour on social media already just scrolling? Yeah. Right. But Gordon, he's intentional with that time. He's making sure that he's engaging with
I get
people
lost
who
on
are
the toilet
engaging.
every now and then.
I
I know, like, wait a minute. Gordon, what are you doing? Sorry.
We're not here to give you the practical instructions on how to use these apps. It's your responsibility to know how to use them. And you can look up how to use social media on YouTube. Like, how do I use Instagram? How do I post? How do I do this? all that information is in the void that is the internet, and it's up to you, and it's your business that you have to run. No one's gonna pick it up and babysit you through it. You need to learn how to use it.
Wait a minute. What? No babysitting?
I decided to go the harsher route. Sorry.
Where we gotta go, man.
Yes.
Or we can hire one of you guys to help us.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Trust me,
You
you
do not want to hire me.
I'm not trying to shamelessly plug or anything.
That's a great point. I mean, not to hire. You got a couple options. You can wish it would happen. Sorry, you can wish it was gonna happen, and it won't. You can go figure it out yourself, which is 100% possible. You can pay someone to coach you, which is really, really smart, or you can pay someone to do it for you. But those are the options. But if you wish you had a social media presence, it's just not going to happen. But figure it out, pay someone to coach you, or pay someone to do it. The back three will give you leads and give you business. If you
Can I
do
get
what
the
those do.
script on that one? That, what you just said, was excellent. That nailed it right
Well, I'm a
there.
parent. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the same thing I've told my kids. Like you can not do it. You can learn how to do it. But yeah, but that is for everyone in this room. There's a million realtors who could have been in here, and they're not. And maybe they're out closing. I hope they're just cashing checks and snapping necks. But bunch of them are. But
Cashing checks and snapping necks.
a bunch of
That's
them
your
are
slogan
not
right
doing anything.
Yes.
You know, what do I do all day? I don't know. I mean, I know you're hustling, but a bunch of people are not doing anything.
Well, and that statistics show that, again, like, just out of people that are here in this room, only about 10% are actually going to take the tips that you learned today and put them into place. Make sure you're one of them.
10%.
Yep.
Well,
Okay,
that's
all right.
how if I can, that's how the industry is going to operate. You're going to have your top 10% of agents that own 90% of the market, and then the rest of the 90% of agents, they're fighting over the remaining 10%. So, do you want to be the 10% that has the 90%, or the other way around? And in addition to that, I think it's important to remember, as you're trying, you can only go up. You're never going to fail worse than when you start. So you just have to start. And yeah, Gary V is I think, extreme example, but he's not wrong. If you try 999 times to invent a light bulb, the one time you do it, you're gonna know how to do it from there on out. So you have to dedicate that time. And it's, again, this is meant to replace the lead gen companies. What they're selling is convenience. We're just gonna hand this to you. But to be frank, it's lazy. It's lazy for an agent to commit to that and be paying tens of thousands of dollars a year to that.
You can commit half that amount.
You
I mean, don't get me wrong.
a quarter of that amount
If
to
you're
working with a
crushing
company
it
like ours.
with those leads and closing it, and that gives you the manner of lifestyle you want,
Keep doing
rock
it.
and roll.
Yeah.
But
Cash checks and break necks, or
right,
whatever.
that's
Snap.
but
Snacks.
you can spend half that money with a coach or a program that's effective, and sell more houses. I mean, because that's ultimate. Everybody in this room is here to make more money.
Does anyone here have enough clients? Anyone? Okay, good. All right. Just want to make sure I know my target audience. Okay. All right. Now, this next question I wrote down and then forgot what it stands for, so I'm just going to throw it out
Don't
here.
do it to me.
Okay, I'm just going to throw it out here, and whoever wants to answer it. What is a CTA and how do I use it?
I had to look it up.
I'm sitting here. I'm
It's
like,
like-
Gordon, what's CTA?
It's a call
Certified.
to action.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
See, I knew it was a
Call to
reason.
action.
CTA, call to action. All right.
Go with the 20%. If I tell you to do something every time I post, I already have enough people telling me what to do in my life. But you do need a call to action if it's actually something people want to do.
Yeah.
So when this was posted, we encouraged you guys to sign up. You're here. But call to actions are effective when they're used about 20% of the time, and it's something that people might actually want to do. So FAR and FABA, they got enough socials and things. They're like, sign up. Well, people are going to do that because that's something fun to go do.
Sign up.
But
Call me today. Click here.
But like if you're a CPA, you can't just say, "Well, file your taxes before." No one, but you say like, reach out to us and we will save you thousands of dollars. Well, that one's interesting, more so than like don't miss out. And so about 20% of the time, a call to action is effective if it's going to something that people. If you've got a special, or if you got an offer, or you got a house that is particularly of interest to a particular group, like this one's not going to stay long, and that's legit. Like, don't do that for houses you can't sell. But like,
Who wants a pool in your backyard?
so,
Look at this listing today.
yeah.
Yes.
I usually will put like, does anyone know and tag someone that would like to live in Orange, Virginia?
Yeah, like the Facebook.
Oh,
Like,
hold on.
those
Yes, the tagging or comment below.
Or
Yeah.
just DM me, because sometimes people don't want to be public.
Yeah.
Like, just DM me if you're interested or something. So yeah.
So I would say just identify what you want people to be doing on your social media profile. Do you want
Make sure it's legal.
Do you want
They'll find you.
Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to send you an email or a personal message? Then just make sure your call to action is that. Tell them what you want from them.
And this one's
Make
free.
the ask.
Don't, if you're on Facebook, don't put a link in the post.
Nope.
Ever. Because you're encouraging people to leave Facebook, and Facebook will penalize you for that.
What?
Put the link in the comments.
Is that like Facebook jail?
Well, no, they're just gonna they're just gonna hide you in the algorithm. Facebook has one goal: keep you there and take your money. Two goals: keep you there and take your money.
They're like a casino.
So if you put the link in the post, you're asking people to leave. Well, Facebook's not going to do that. So take a beautiful picture of the house, describe it, and then in the comments you can put a link. But try to keep them out of the post itself. 'Cause
Or
Facebook's not
if
gonna-
you're interested, I'll send you the
that's
link.
right.
Or
If you're
a
interested,
personal
just
message.
reach out to me. But don't encourage, and that's true in LinkedIn as well.
Everything.
LinkedIn will kill you on that. LinkedIn's even worse than Facebook about that. But,
Okay. CTA, call to action.
Sherry, I will say there's one problem with that as a realtor. There's a requirement for us when we post anything about real estate, we are required to put in a link to our businesses, to our brokerage. So,
But-
and that can't be put in a comment.
So then you're gonna have to go the long route of a vague description of what you have, and then ask people to reach out to you. I mean, if they're restricting you on your personal page in that way, or if you've got an interesting group of people, you can put them in a private Facebook group, any along those ways. And if you're not penalized in a Facebook group for a link in a post. Facebook groups are
It's
wild
on your
west.
public feed.
There is no Facebook groups are like the Reddit of Facebook. There's almost no moderation of a Facebook group.
Cool.
Reddit
Yeah,
also,
that's a whole
Reddit
nother.
is
Yes.
crazy. Reddit's it's like this close to the dark web.
Wild West. Yippee-yi. No. Okay. All right. So we have one more question here for our panelists, and then we will get into some Q&A time. Emily, I need a video. Can you please video me as I ask this next question? Okay. Everyone say hi,
Can you
Emily.
answer this question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we ready? Okay, panelists. Okay, I can't. What is an influencer, and why do I need one? We'll start with Gavin.
I know, right?
I think my generation probably created the term in the context of social media, and it would be defined as somebody who probably has way more followers than you can imagine. That
So
would be
you're a
the
millennial?
modern, no,
What are you?
I'm in between millennial and Gen Z.
Okay.
I don't identify with you.
That's
Terrible people.
fair.
Alright?
Right there.
I'm right
That's
in the middle.
right there.
Right in the middle. Can't do it.
Yes. Yes.
100% Gen Z.
But I think the definition for us to look at is not, you know, your Gary V's and your Tony Robbins. It's got to be something local, and I think that's where the definition really resides. So for me, I think the goal is being in your community, doing things like what Sarah's doing with some of the charitable works, because that's community investment. That I think is going to get you much more influence than posting 2,000 times on social media to strangers. Now you can make them not strangers, but what was the second part of that question?
Why do you need them?
Why do you need one?
Why do you need an influencer? It feels like a weird.
Okay.
It's not
All
your
right. Hold on. We will come back to that because I want to make sure that we give Sarah a chance to answer here. Also, it's going to look good in my video, so just keep going.
Okay, keep going. So, my opinion, obviously, if you're an influencer, people are following you, right? Like, so, there's as you said, like, you know, big name influencers that, you know, obviously Oprah's out there and like everyone knows Oprah's name. Like honestly, I used to always say I just want to be like Oprah. I don't want to have kids. I want to change the world, and I'm just going to travel everywhere and do good things.
Said every millennial ever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but but as you said, you kind of want to be a little more local, and so it's weird when I go places. Someone's like, "You're Sarah Hurst. I see your face all over town," and I'm like, "Okay." You know,
Yes.
like, who are you? I don't know you. And then you get to know them. You know, do you know me through like some of the things that I do, or through real estate, or do you follow me on social media? And it's weird when someone says they follow me on social media because I'm like, I just don't feel like I don't have half the answers they have. So it's weird for me to be followed on social media because I just stick basically to Facebook, and that's just my bread and butter. But an influencer, I think, is just someone who finds aspiring to be liked, to see what they're doing, so that they can also turn around and try to do those same things.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's wanting to make change using social media. I mean, that can be religious or political or business.
Probably shouldn't do religious and political on your Facebook page, but
unless that's your brand.
Well, that's true.
But
Yes.
if you want to sell homes, neither one of those is going to help you selling homes. But yeah, if you want to make change, anybody who wants to make change, you're an influencer. Do you need one? I mean, I have thought leaders or business people that I'm going to follow. I'm going to listen to every single podcast because they're smarter than I am. And you know, we all have to get our information from somewhere. So if you want to grow, find the person who fits your personality, your culture. Who's going to give you the information you need. So, I mean, Gary Vee's one, if you can put up with profanity. Grant Cardone's one, if you can put up with Scientology. You know, Alex Ramosey's one, if you can put up with bodybuilding. But, I mean, they're out there.
Wait a minute, what was that name? No, just
but I mean, they're out there, and then you find, hey, this person has got information that's I can take in, I can digest, and I can put up with. And then you get sick with them just because you've taken so much of the content, and you move on to another, and you come back. But if you guys, if you're trying to sell homes, I mean, you're trying to be an influencer. You are, because you're trying to make some change somewhere.
How many of you in here consider yourselves an influencer?
You need to.
Raise them high. Yes. Okay. So make sure you get to know these people. Like them on Facebook. Follow them. Like and comment. So that is just one more thing that I'm going to finish adding. Oh, and we're done with the video. We're done. Thank you. Okay. That was way too long. No one wants to do this. Yes, we will edit it. But I mean, I would say definitely make sure that when you're doing a post, tag other people in it. Tag where you are, tag the business, check in. All those kind of things are very important because it increases your sphere of influence, okay? Like again, if you're here today, you can check in at FAR, you can thank the Young Professionals Network, you can tag our panelists, you can tag me too, that's okay. But I mean, again, like look at all the people that you know here, tag that you're here with friends, okay? And be like, wow, great tips today, learned a lot, cash and checks and snap and necks. I think that one's gonna stick today. Okay. All right. So who's got a question?
So for Sarah.
Yes.
You had a great, I call it a slogan, but a part of your brand, making remarkable happen.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when you come up with something like that it hasn't been used by somebody else? Is there a database online to check for slogans? Is there a...
That's a great question. I mean, I wanted something that was different than like real estate. It's always either a house or a king, right? Like you see it everywhere. So to have something just a little bit different, and I have a way that's kind of like the skyline of Fredericksburg and there and everything. I just basically did like a Google search, and if I saw like I did, first of all, I started like every other realtor, like what are good logos for real estate, and it's a house and a king. So then we have what's called AMP at Coldwell Banker Elite, and I did this class, and like one of the parts is trying to figure out what your brand is, and it's like figuring out who you are, what you want your message to be, finding your target audience, all this stuff. And so like I sat down and thought, okay, how am I gonna write up my bio? How am I gonna do this? But just Googling it to see like, have I seen it? And like, you know, looking at other real estate agents, going to like, you know, you go to realtor.com and like look up different agents. But honestly, it's not anything. I don't think there's like a web-based like search engine, because maybe somebody in Oregon has the same logo. I have no clue, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to be more just marketing here personally.
I'd recommend 3 things. Do a hashtag search. Just see if anyone's ever done hashtag making remarkable happen.
Ladies, wait just are we gonna do a gift card giveaway? Can you wait just a couple minutes?
I'll
You might be the winner.
I'll
Sorry,
be real
yes.
brief. Buy the URL. Go to GoDaddy. Buy the URL because you might want to use that as a website at one point in time. And then beyond that, I can't forget what the third one was. I've lost it. So it comes to me in a minute.
Wait a minute. If
So-
everyone follows you on Facebook today, you will post that third thought on there.
I
won't you?
will get to it.
Yes!
And it's going to come to
Go
me
ahead.
at a very
Yes.
random moment at some point in time. But
Yes, yes. All right, yes. One more question. Yes.
So it sounds like to me that you all do a lot of,
make it a verb. Sorry.
Make it a verb. Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
that's okay, so, sounds like you all do a lot of posting on your personal Facebook pages, correct? And then find opportunities, I know Gordon had mentioned one of the 5 topics is you're always gonna be pointing back to your business. Does that point that then back to a separate Facebook page that you have for your business?
I
Do you
do
find a need for both, or do you just kind of use your own personal one as your primary?
I do both. I do believe you should have a business page because you
Okay.
want to be able to be Googleable. So like I even have like a Googleable.
Googleable.
Yeah.
Write that down.
I like to say give it a goog. But you want people to be able to go to that and just be, because there's that 80-20 rule, right? So like I don't post very much unless I'm doing like something with the Clean Green Commission fam on my business page because it's still personal. It's not just real estate. And so, yes, I do believe you should have both. And like reviews and stuff go on there.
I can piggyback on that. I have a business page, I have a personal page for Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn is just me though. And I don't have a separate account for that because people are gonna look me up and they're gonna see the title of the company there. I would also say in terms of posting, where you should be posting what. If you're working with a company like us and you're already getting stuff for your listings, you're getting photos, videos, virtual tours, do not just only post on the MLS. Please reuse that content. You own it, it's yours. You have content that you can use that you don't even have to think about making because we make it for you. And don't just think about, oh, I'm just gonna put this in a graphic and then delete the photos because I don't need them anymore because the listing's sold. You can reuse that for however many things. Content it's amazing because it can be recycled and repurposed and revamped so many times over. Don't just limit yourself to what you think you have to make today, but in the context of each accounts, you should be able to kind of mix and match different things. Again, 20% business, 80% professional.
All right. Awesome. Okay.